I said, "You going to the Lakers, right?" He said, "Hell yeah, I'm going to Lakers." And I'm thinking to myself, "Bro, you might just have won another championship. Like literally, you really might just have won a championship." And the part about it that I think
So this is Marcus Morris talking to Markieff Morris, and Markieff was saying that he might retire depending on what team just traded for him, and keep going.
a lot of people don't see is that Keith and Luka has a really good relationship, like a really good relationship. So I think that they probably noticed that and they wanted, Luka to feel better, to go into a new place where you have somebody that's been a teammate. Also, Dorian Finney-Smith, he's been a teammate of him, and then Max Kleber, he's been injured, so no one really talking about him. I think that.
Okay, I'm setting all this up because take a listen to Marcus Morris. By the way, I don't think it matters, but did Marcus Morris just say that LeBron James knew that the trade was happening? Take a listen.
The dynamic of that really helped, and also Keith played there. So the Lakers really wanted him to come. Brian asked for him to come. So it was like the dynamic once I sat and back.
Bron asked for him to come. Am I understanding this right? I'm going to read you guys a quick quote when the trade went down. Trade went down. Okay. Here's LeBron's quote. I thought it was a hoax, people messing around, whatever. But when AD called me, AD FaceTimed me, and I talked to him for quite a while. Even when I got off the phone with him, it still didn't seem real. It didn't seem real until I saw Luka today, and I saw a clip of AD at the Dallas shoot-around. So basically, I think what he was saying was he had no idea that the trade was going down. He said he was out with his family to dinner and got the news. And the first time I heard it, it was for sure fake. So this is what LeBron was saying. I'm going to go back real quick. Did he say LeBron knew, asked for Markieff?
Because really wanted him to come. Brian asked for him to come. So it was like the dynamic once I sat and back and thought about it, I was like, it actually might help your career now. It might give you a brush.
I'm going to stop right there. Am I reading too much into this? By the way, listen, it doesn't matter. But I know a lot of what was being reported was Bron had no idea. LeBron had no idea that that trade had gone down. He had no idea that was, obviously what was happening. He had no idea that Anthony Davis was going to get traded. But did Marcus Morris just say that LeBron wanted Markieff? Well, the only way, listen, the details that came out for that trade immediately when Shams had put it out, the details came pretty fast of, okay, hey, Markieff is included, Maxi Kleber is included, Max Christie is included, this is the pick that's included, and then, of course, you got AD and you got Luka. Did he know? Listen, if you told me he knew, I'm not surprised or shocked. I'm not surprised or shocked at all. But did he just say what I think he wasn't supposed to say? Because it was LeBron and AD that were FaceTiming after. I had no idea. I thought it was a hoax. I thought all this. Let's take a look at some of these comments here. Bron asked for him to come. That's what I just heard too. That's what I thought I just heard too. I had to go back and play that. It's kind of funny. That clip, again, that was from Yahoo Sports. That clip, I'm looking at the comments. This is yesterday is when I saw the clip. I'm looking at the comments. I'm looking at the bottom. And everybody they're like, did I hear what I thought I heard? And it had it highlighted 420. 420 is when he said that. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it. I'm like, wait, did he just say what I thought he said? I go back, I listen to it again. I'm like, did he just say, wait. Then I'm like, did LeBron ever say that he knew, or did LeBron say he didn't know? Look, I'm not telling you big deal or not a big deal, but it feels like to me, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if a day before that trade went down, the front office gives LeBron a call and say, listen, here's the situation. And they're not asking, they're telling him, we're about to trade Anthony Davis. And, whether you like it or you don't, Luka's going to be a Los Angeles Laker. And I'm sure for LeBron, he's probably like, I get to play with Luka. I think there's a little bit of that. But I feel like he had to have known. James James told AD he knew nothing about the trade. That's cold. He's got business to take care of. All right, let's see a couple more of these here. You know what I think more than anything else? I just want people to either tell me I'm crazy or they feel the same way I am, that I think Marcus Morris just said LeBron knew about the trade. Basically, it almost sounded like, well, LeBron obviously had to sign off on this. Not literally, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, let's see some of these. I think without how much control Bron has, that it would be unlikely that he didn't know anything. I agree. Markieff was going to retire and just bought a house. He could have retired instead of going to LA. Right. I heard that whole part as well, which is why he ended up saying, hey, I'm going to play. That's why Marcus Morris started saying, you might get yourself another NBA championship. So that's why LeBron went off to New York. He was happy Luka was coming after the game. So it was AD that didn't play in that game. Bron played in the Knicks game, right? Yeah, I think he did. No, he did play. All right, rumor out there. LeBron knew about a possible Luka trade a whole year before. Who knows? Again, I'm not this one. Bron knows all. Look, I actually disagree with this one. I don't take too much stock in what Keefe says, respectfully. But why would he BS? Like, there is no incentive or reason for him to BS. I think more so with how casual that conversation was. He was giving all of those details out. I think that's what makes it more and more authentic. Again, the world's not going to change either way, but the narrative was he had no idea. I got a difficult time believing that. I never really paid too much attention to it. I just kind of was like, well, it was such a no-brainer anyways. It didn't matter what LeBron thought. If LeBron hypothetically, if the front office called LeBron and said, hey, got to tell you something, we're trading your boy. And LeBron did everything possible to say, no, you can't do that. Give us another shot, this, that, whatever the case is. I'm pretty sure Jeannie in the front office would have said, Bron, we appreciate your time. Even if Bron was threatening that, hey, by the time this year done, that player option that I have, I'm not going to sign that player option. They would have said, we greatly appreciate your 7 years with the Los Angeles Lakers. We got our guy for the next 10 years, an international superstar that's got a chance to take the Lakers back to where they would like to be on a consistent basis moving forward, which is competing for championships. So I don't think it would have mattered, but that one tells me that there's these comments are hilarious. La GM's fingerprints in the crime scene. That's pretty funny. AD was complaining too much. I don't buy that narrative at all. I don't think AD was complaining. I think AD was trying to win an NBA championship and compete for one, and was telling the franchise, we are at our best if I'm playing the 4. And I also got a blueprint of what it looked like back in 2020 of how they got there. So I just thought that was a pretty interesting story there. Slee, he could have been referring to what happened after the trade was announced when LeBron asked Markieff to come instead of retiring. Maybe that's an angle there. That's not how I interpreted it, but maybe there's an angle there. All right, a couple more of these comments, and then we're going to keep things moving. In LeBron, I trust. Yeah, to be honest with you, why wouldn't you? It doesn't work every time, but I'm pretty sure LeBron's got a pretty damn good track record. All right, so everybody's got kind of their opinions, their thoughts here, and we'll keep things rolling here. I think LeBron could have talked Keefe into not retiring instead to come. Okay. LeBron now is still better than Luka. That's a good thing, Jonathan. If that's the case, that's a good thing. You want that. That's okay. What you want is both of these guys right now to be at their absolute best. Luka's only going to get better. Bron, you can't get any better than you can't get better in your 22nd season. It's going to have to be a decline. All right, thank you very much for watching the clip. Just want to give a shout out here to one of our partners, the Wallace Firm. They are official injury attorney of the Sliwa Show and Hoops Talk, the entire channel. If you are ever in a need, and I hope you're not, but some type of serious injury with yourself or a family member of yours, I would like to personally help you by introducing you to the best in the business, Brad Wallace and the Wallace Firm. Also got a URL out here that you can use as well. Just go to wallacewins.com/Sliwa. Thank you for their partnership, and thank you for being a part of the Sliwa Show.